So guys, in this video I'll be exposing you guys to 4 simple concepts that when you put them together you will see incredible results. These 4 simple concepts has what has kept me and the community winning over the years consistently. If you are in the Telegram community, you would attest to that. If you are not, find a link in the description of this video and be a part of that platform. It will really help you. So these 4 simple rules, you can use it for whatever you want to trade. This is the last 2 trades we took. The crash 1000 index markets, we hit our target, and the other one, the most recent trade we took, volatility 10 index markets, we hit our target just like that, and we've been winning consistently over the years. These 4 simple rules I will teach you for free. All you have to do is just click the subscribe button if you are new to this channel, and also turn on post notifications because I'll be bringing more updates that you will definitely need to improve your trading. Now let's go into it. Like I said earlier, you don't need too many information to make you feel like some genius trader. As a matter of fact, profitable traders simplify things. They focus on core concepts that really work. They execute them with discipline and repeatedly. That is how you build a trading system that will make you profits in the long run. In this video, I'll show you 4 simple concepts. Number 1 is market structure. We are going to be looking at key levels. We are going to be looking at candlestick confirmations, and then we are going to be looking at top-down analysis. First and foremost, market structure. No matter what you trade, no matter the time frame, price will always do 3 things. It will go upwards, it will go downwards, or it will go sideways. There is no other condition, whether you are trading cryptocurrencies, stocks, forex, synthetic indices, be it volatility indices, boom and crash. This is especially for boom and crash traders. Once you are able to identify the state which the market is, you've already eliminated confusion and most losing trades. So how does this work? Let's look at the uptrend. So I'm going to take this out. For an uptrend, you will see price move to the upside, makes a pullback, creates a higher low, makes another run to the upside, creates a new high, comes back down, makes another higher low, and then another run to the upside to create a new high, and then a pullback to create another higher low. It continues like that. So for an uptrending market, you will see series of higher highs and higher lows. These are higher highs. If you place your trend line, you would see that price continues to go upwards, right? How do you even place your trend line? You connect the first 2 highs and then drag your line forward, and then for the higher lows, you simply do the same thing, connect your first 2 higher lows and then drag your line forward, right? Whenever price comes back to those levels, there just might be reversals, right? Because the market is conditioned at that point to continue to create series of higher highs and higher lows. So that means that buyers are dominant in the market, buyers are pushing price upwards, sellers are trying hard to bring price down, but at the end of the day, buyers will still push price higher. All right, so this is an uptrend. For traders who already know this, all they need to do is wait at the lows to pick price up whenever price is going back up from that level. There are a lot of things you need to look out for before entering a trade though. I'm going to be explaining all of that, so make sure you watch this video till the end. For a downtrend, I'm going to take this out. For a downtrend, you'll be seeing series of lows, lower lows, right? You keep seeing lower lows and it continues like that. So for you to be able to put your trend line, you simply connect the first two lows and then drag your line forward. All right, and then also connect the swing points, the pullback where price managed to create lower highs, and then you connect the first two and move your line forward, and there you have a trend line. So what traders do is wait at this level to follow price down. So this means that sellers are dominant in the market. Buyers are trying so hard to push price to the upside, but since it's a downtrending market, sellers eventually will push price downwards and lower than previous price. So when you keep seeing lower lows and lower highs in the market, it means that more people are selling at that point, and you need to find an opportunity to sell. So what you do is wait at this other side of the trend and follow price downwards. But there are conditions which you will need to see in the market before you actually jump into the trade. For a ranging phase, for a consolidating phase, a sideways movement, you would see that price does not have a clear direction, right? Price doesn't have a clear direction. It just keeps moving in the same range. So it is advised to just avoid the market at this time, unless, well, you want to be aggressive and you have to really know what you are doing before you trade this market phase. Okay, so when you are able to identify direction of the market, when you can tell the direction of the market, you have already done a great part of your analysis. You are on your way to making good trading decisions. So the next thing we want to cover is key levels, the second concept after market structure. So after you've been able to identify the market condition, the next thing you want to do is find key levels, which marks your support areas or your resistance areas. These are not just mere lines on the chart. They tell you where traders make decisions. They show you support, for example, shows you where buyers are set to step into the market, while resistance shows you where sellers are set to step into the market. So if, for example, we are in an uptrend, whenever price moves to the upside, whenever buyers push price up, there is usually going to be a retracement. Retracement does not mean a reversal or a change of trend. It is just a temporary pullback that will bring price back into support here, right? And when price comes into support, what happens? Buyers are set to take over. All right, so that's where buyers step in again and move price to the upside, which means that is your opportunity to buy, right? There are other conditions you need to look out for. For example, if I have my trend line aligned with my support area or my demand area, which happens to be here, then that's another strong condition that the market has to meet before I make an entry. This is one of the numerous conditions that I teach my mentees. So let's move on to the downtrend. Finding key levels on a downtrend is how it happens. Price will make a run to the downside, make a pullback, and then another run to the downside, another pullback, and it continues like that. So whenever price makes a pullback, it is a retracement, bringing price back into the support level that is now resistance, right? So you can say that price pulls back into resistance. Initially, this was support, but you wait for price to break that support, turn it to resistance, and then that's right there is your opportunity to sell this time around. But you will have to meet the market will have to meet other conditions, before you make an entry, one of which I just explained earlier for the uptrend. This time around is the reverse though. So you wait for price to align. Make sure that you are selling mostly or only when your trend line aligns with your resistance level, which happens to be this area. If you combine this with other confirmations, then you will make good entries. You will definitely make winning decisions. Now, in a ranging market, price does not trend upwards, neither does it trend downwards. Rather, it moves in a well-defined support and resistance levels. So here you see that price is moving clearly within this range. So buyers can decide to buy from the lows, while sellers can sell from the highs. It's not advised to trade the market during this phase, right? Now, if we are in an uptrending market, if we are trending upwards, for example, and then price makes a pullback or a retracement, how do you know that this is merely a pullback or a retracement? How do you tell that the market will not reverse and continue going downwards from there? That brings us to the third concept, which is candlestick confirmations. So this is what we do. Now, when price is at your level, right? When price has pulled back into your demand level, for example, let's say we are in an uptrending market, you need to see this really simple candlestick confirmation, a bullish engulfing candle at that level. I have different other confirmations I teach my mentees, but in this video I'm just going to focus on this one concept because it is very straightforward. It is very straightforward and really easy to identify. So when price is here, you want to see that buyers are actually stepped in, and you want to see a closing price that closes above the previous candlestick, right? So let's say price has come to my support here, my trend line here, and then I want to be sure that this was merely a pullback and buyers will eventually make a run to the upside again. So I want to wait for price to close. I want to wait for the candlestick here to close, and I want to see the next one close above the previous one, right? That's that simple. It is that simple. So for a downtrending market, on the other hand, you want to wait for price to pull back into your resistance zone. So let's assume that price has come this far down, and then it has made a pullback into this level, right? I want to see that there is a closing price that is bearish, and I want to also see that the next candlestick closes below the previous one. It is that simple. So let's look at some quick examples. Good. So here you can see that price, just look at this area. Let's look at just this area. Just focus on this area. Okay. Now you've noticed that price was running in an uptrend. Okay. You can see highs, new highs, right? You can see higher highs and all of that. You can see higher highs. So it keeps going like that. So supposing I met price at this during this run to the upside, yeah, having identified my direction, seeing that the market is trending upwards, I want to be able to catch price when there is a pullback into support, just like around here. So if I see price pull back into this support, I will only make a buy after a bullish engulfing candlestick like this, after price might have closed above the previous candlestick, just like what happened here. That would be my prompt to buy. Okay, see here, see around this level, after price might have created this high and then has pulled back into this support, I will only buy if I see that there's a bullish engulfing candlestick here. So let's say after this guy, after the closing of this candlestick that engulfed this other one, I would take my buy and my stop loss will be below that low, right? My stop loss will be below that low. And you can see that I would have been in good profit, right? You see that if I took a buy here, I'd be in good profit. Here also you can see that price is trending downwards. This is another example. So having seen price move in this manner, I want to see that price pulls back or retraces into my resistance, which would be here. Okay, and then I want to see a closing price that is below or that engulfs the previous candlestick, right? I want to see a bearish engulfing candlestick that engulfs the previous one, and then that will be my prompt to sell, and you can see that I would be in good profit. My stop loss would be above that structure, and then I will take profit at the new low, right? The take profit will be just around the previous low, and I would be in good profit. Now we get to the final concept, which is the top-down analysis, the ability to put all of these concepts together and find them on several time frames, from the higher time frames down to the lower time frames, is what gives you a solid trading system, right? If you put all of these concepts together and then you can identify them on all time frames, from the daily time frame down to, let's say, 15 minutes, then you will most definitely be making the right trading decisions from now. So how do you do that? You just simply make sure you always look at the higher time frames first. Make sure you find your market structure on a higher time frame, and then move on to, sometimes it might not be really clear on this time frame, and then you have to now go to the immediate previous time, or the immediate previous time frame, and then continue like that. I'll keep looking for the same things, the same four things: market structure, number one, key levels, which is my support and resistance levels, depending on the market condition. If I'm in an uptrending market, I am interested in the support region, right? The demand zones where buyers will be taking over. If I'm in a downtrending market, I'll be interested in the resistance zone, which is the supply zone, where sellers will most likely be taking over the market. So all you have to do is just look at your charts from the higher time frames, be able to find those four concepts, be able to identify them, and then just apply them, just put them together. You will make good trading decisions. Right now we can see clearly that on the daily time frame, the volatility 101S index market is currently at support. So I'll be looking out for all those other confirmations, and if they all align, then I will most likely be finding buying opportunities in this market. Let me know if you understand everything I just explained. If you don't, you have questions, drop them in the comments and I'll address them. You will also find my direct contact in the description of this video. Make sure you reach out if you have any challenges you want me to help you with. Reach out and I'll be there to assist. Make sure too you join our free Telegram group, where you will find other traders and other motivating stuff that will keep you going, because trust me, we all need that. We all need that, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.